My name is Scott Robertson. I'm one half of Realgrassroots.
My name is Wally Smith, co-founder of Realgrassroots and chairman of Hillwood Boys Club in Glasgow. You may recall, as clubs in membership of the Scottish Youth Football Association, that Scott Robertson and I submitted a petition to the Scottish Parliament in January 2010, which raised very serious contractual and rights issues of children within the professional game. Subsequently, from the hearings that have taken place some 4 years on, we now have a situation where the MSPs and the Parliamentary Petitions Committee consider some of the issues raised in the petition are of such a serious nature that they have continued it yet again. From this last hearing, many members of the Scottish Football Association and other organisations, including Scotland's Commissioner for Children and Young People, will be called to give evidence to the committee again in a roundtable discussion at a date yet to be arranged. In January, at the invitation of Stuart Regan, the Chief Executive Officer of the Scottish Football Association, Campbell Ogilvie, the President of the Scottish Football Association, and Andrew McKinlay, the Director of Governance of the Scottish Football Association, we were invited to discuss the issues of the petition that were still of immediate concern to us. At that meeting we had a good hearing. Both parties expressed their views, but nevertheless the issues still exist, particularly those that relate directly to the 15-year-old contracts that children are signing. A claim by the Scottish Football Association and the SPL are that these are registrations and not contract has been seriously questioned by our solicitors on no less than 3 occasions. It is our intention to pursue these vigorously until there is a conclusion that is satisfactory to every young person trapped in this situation where they have signed a 15-year-old registration form for 1 year, and yet the club can continue that registration with or without the boy or his parents' permission for a further 2 years after he concludes his year's registration. This is completely unacceptable to us, and our legal advice would suggest at some stage it should be challenged in a court of law. We would encourage, therefore, any young person found in this situation, finding himself in this situation, or indeed a child's parent, to contact us at realgrassroots.co.uk, and we will pursue this contract through the courts if need be. If you can contact us at that and come forward, we would appreciate it very much indeed.
Just going over the teams in the league. What's the last thing?
I would now like to bring to your attention a concern of Realgrassroots in terms of clubs associated to professional football clubs now beginning to enter our league and cup competitions. We have several instances where professional clubs with second pro youth teams entering leagues in Paisley, Glasgow, Central, and attempting to enter our leagues in other areas of the country. It is Realgrassroots' intention to secure support from member clubs of the Scottish Youth Football Association to change the articles of the association to encompass a rule which would prohibit the entering of any team or club associated to a professional club into the Scottish Youth Football Association membership.
It is our aim here at Realgrassroots to bring to your attention Rule 8 of the registration procedures, which was recently introduced. This is perhaps more commonly recognised as the Scouting Protocol. This is now Scottish FA regulations, and we need every coach involved in boys club football to recognise, read and understand the new Scouting Protocol that we have in Scotland. I would draw your attention in particular to the second page and advise that only recognised scouts can approach your club with regards to your registered players. It is unacceptable simply for a scout or a coach from a professional club wearing a club jacket to speak to you about your players. A recognised scout must have completed the one-day training at Hampden Park and be carrying, most importantly, the Scouting Identification Badge. A sample of this badge can now be seen on screen and should carry the hologram, the coach's name, the club that he is representing and his registration number. If the scout is not carrying this identification, boys clubs coaches should not be engaging with that person and certainly should not be passing on any players' details. If you are approached by a person purporting to be a scout and does not have this badge, they should be reported to the compliance officer, Vincent Looney, at Hampden Park. It is also worth noting that in the scouting protocol, any expression of interest must be made in writing, and this can be done by email, fax or by letter. This is required in the scouting protocol. We must make it clear that no approach whatsoever should be made by a recognised official to a registered player of the Scottish Youth FA without carrying out the above procedure. Again, if you find this is the case, you can contact Realgrassroots via our website or report the matter to the compliance officer at Hampden Park. A recent success for the Realgrassroots team was looking at the non-payment of the £10 fees that are due. This is Regulation 10 of the procedures. Many of the boys clubs are unaware that should you release or have a player signed into the Pro Youth initiative, your club is entitled to £10. Recently, David Little at the Scottish Youth FA submitted invoices exceeding £7,000 to the Scottish FA for past unpaid payments.
We look forward to hearing from you in due course. Please contact us as soon as possible to cover any of the issues that I have just mentioned to you.